Hashtag no music, no intro, no Foskey, no Hainer. We are back for another episode of the Saints Block Party podcast presented by Precious Works LLC.
Crack it open. Cup water, baby. It's a celebration. Sorry, ma.
Adam, here joined with my dude, Wolf, a.k.a. Ryan. Busy day, as we alluded to last week, that it was going to be a busy week. And we will be back tomorrow because it hasn't stopped. Definitely expect a lot of movement to happen tomorrow. The Saints get their roster down to 53. They announced their starting quarterback, Spencer Rattler, as their starter. Cut Isaiah Foskey, waive Isaiah Foskey, waive Jake Hainer. We'll get into all that. They make a trade with the Dallas Cowboys, with Azim Richards, a backup depth offensive tackle. They gave up a 2028 sixth round pick, and they got back a 2028 seventh round pick and Richards in the trade. If you know anything, if you've been listening, following the tweets, Diana Racine put out the tweet that the Saints were, checking in on the running back market a couple of days ago. I followed that up and said they'd also been checking up on the defensive side of the ball and offensive linemen. There you go. I said at the end of our last podcast, I was like, man, it'd be nice if they waived Jake Hainer.
They did it, bro. I didn't expect it.
I didn't either.
A part of me was like, I could see it, but I was like, nah, they ain't going to do that. They ain't going to do that. And they did it, man. They did it.
Jake Hainer and Foskey?
And Foskey. Who we going to talk about, bro? Who we going to talk about?
We already got 55 concurrent viewers in the pod right now, bro.
What's up, y'all? Hit that like while y'all here.
Like, subscribe. Appreciate y'all being here. I don't know. Should we talk about the quarterback one first? Talk about Foskey first? It's a lot of ways we can go right now. I'll let you decide.
Let's get to the quarterback, bro. That's what the thumbnail is. Rattler QB1. It's what's been talked about ad nauseum.
Oh my God, so much.
For months now. And the decision has been made.
I wanna just give legit credit to Kellen Moore. Here's my biggest takeaway today. This season may not go well. Season may go like throughout the season, it may look grim at times. I have more confidence as a Saints fan in Kellen Moore. Tell you why. This was a legit quarterback competition. And I'll be honest. And you had a very good tweet on this. I think it was last week. I think people let the preseason games, and I get it, like that's what people had to go on. Like the competition really wasn't that close at all. If you truly go by the training camp reports, the practices, what I was told, this competition wasn't close. It wasn't close. I want to be clear when I say that, in that this is not an indictment on Tyler Shuck. This is not saying that he's a bad player. This is not any of that. I don't want people to hear this and be like, oh, there goes that podcast again, trying to prop up Spencer Rattler. This is not what This is not what we're doing. We're just giving you that Kellen Moore had an open competition. The competition wasn't close. And like I said last month, he is not putting Spencer Rattler won this competition fair and square because it wasn't close, because he is able to run the offense like Kellen Moore wants him to run it. And Tyler Shuck in his development is not in a place where they feel that he can start in an NFL game right now. Like that's really what it breaks down to. And people, like, if you just watch those preseason games and really watch them, watch how the coaching staff called plays for Shuck and called plays for Spencer Rattler. That drive that he had, that was a really great drive. That long drive that he had that ended up in the touchdown. Everything in that drive was sped up. It was hurry up. It was quick. It was boom, 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 boom. It was very, here's the read, get the ball here. I'm not trying to say that's an indictment on Tyler Shuck. That's where he is right now as a quarterback. And for me, when I watched the video and Moore named Spencer, I said he got some balls on him, because everything in the building, when I say in the building, I mean the front office, I mean Mickey Loomis, was that pressure to put Tyler Shuck in the starting lineup when he wasn't ready. And that means that Kellen Moore had to bow up and said, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. He's not ready. I know that's his guy too. Like, he drafted him 40th overall. He was part of that evaluation process. So
thank you.
That takes humility to say, hey, if I'm saying he's not ready, nigga, he's not ready.
Debate should be over. The debate should be over right there. You got Kellen Moore, a former quarterback, literally was on the NFL team a couple years ago as a quarterback. Scott Tolzien, quarterback coach, former quarterback, literally was on NFL teams a couple years ago. Doug Nussmeier, older guy, but was a quarterback for the Saints years ago. These guys, with fine-tooth nail, watched both Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shuck compete. And at the end of the day, they decided that Spencer Rattler deserved the QB1 job. It's so, like, that's just the end of the debate right there. I mean, there was the easy thing would have been to go with Tyler Shuck. Like, that would have been easy to do.
Extremely.
He was picked. Everybody expected it going into paternity camp. He was picked 40th overall. He was Kellen Moore's handpicked guy. Handpicked as far as like in the second round. Highest drafted quarterback since Archie Manning, 1971, by the Saints. It would have been easy to just pick him and just roll with it. But they're doing the actual, what I said, like on the last podcast. Like, I just kept hoping that just the football sense makes sense, because it just made football sense. Not only because look, like, I'm not saying that Spencer Rattler came in and just blew the doors off the competition but Shuck didn't either. You know what I'm saying? Shuck didn't come. Shuck came in looking like a second round drafted quarterback into this training camp.
I'll say this. There was a lot of complaints for us of why Jake Haener was getting like snaps with the ones and things like that.
That's why
I was told, like, Shuck couldn't beat out Jake Haener where he was with his development early in training camp, to the point where they had to remove Jake Haener out of the equation. Now, I want to give Shuck credit. After that scrimmage, that 126 play scrimmage, you start to see that development. You start to see that
turning point.
But he started 28 games in college.
Thank you.
In college. Now,
I just wish that was a part of the discussion, like in the lead up to this. Like, instead of the part of the discussion that was said over and over again, an experienced older quarterback, an experienced. It's like, what are y'all talking about?
Which was funny, because listening to Kellen Moore today in terms of the decision, part of it was based on the experience. that
experience, consistency,
decision making
is what he talked about. Literally, his first presser at OTAs on they asked him what's important for the quarterback battle, and those were the words he landed out: handling the operation. And that's all it is for a coach, man. They just want you to go out there and run their offense.
That's it.
Make the call, they run it. They don't have to worry about it. All the little mechanical things that goes into being a quarterback, they don't want to have to worry about that. And that's not saying Shuck is not going to pick that up. He's trending in the right direction. But I never understood the pressure to start week one. I can't remember who was talking. I think it was Triplet or somebody talking about it. Like, it's so rare for second round quarterbacks to start like week one. It's so rare for quarterbacks not picked in the top 20 to start week one. Like, the last one was Deshaun Kaiser with the Browns in 2017. That was like that. I don't think they won a game that either didn't win a game this season or they won one game that season. It was just a tank season. Before that, it was Derek Carr. like it just doesn't have, like, first of all, quarterbacks don't get picked a lot in the second round, and when they do, they rarely start week one. You know what I'm saying? So, you were expecting Tyler Shuck to be an outlier, but that's how he was sold. He was sold as this experienced plug-and-play quarterback that's just going to come in, pick it up, and blow, rattle out the water. And look, I just want to give Spencer Rattler his flowers, bro. Like, so much just talk, and I know, like, he has his fans and his haters, but, like, can't we just, like, appreciate the story a little bit? Like,
yeah, man.
Talking about a kid that was pretty much, had to get out of Oklahoma. He was highly praised, highly recruited, was getting talked about as like a top draft prospect, years, like in his freshman year. After that, ran into some, adversity. They bring in Caleb Williams. He loses the battle. He moves. He transfers, goes to South Carolina. Plays behind a struggling offensive line, but does really good job. Gets drafted in the 5th round. At no fault of his own. He just happens to be in a draft that was deep with quarterback talent, where a historic draft where 6 quarterbacks went in, like, the top, 12 picks or whatever it was. And he falls to the 5th round because there were no more teams that needed quarterbacks. And he comes in. I never forget, you sent me the text. Like, Spencer Rattler got some game, bro. Because you was sitting there looking at some of the tape. I was like, oh, yeah? Let me go look, too. Bro.
On a flight back.
On a flight back. And I started looking. I'm like, damn, he do got a little game. He might actually put a little pressure on Derek Carr, because we was all at the point where it was like, man, we just need somebody besides Derek Carr, anything. And that's when the hashtag the agenda started. Let's get him in. It was kind of tongue in cheek a little bit. It was like, let's get him in a preseason game, see what he looked like. He started that Arizona week 1 preseason game, and it was like, ooh, showing a little something. Gets to the regular season, he gets put at QB3, even though everybody could see that he was at least the second best quarterback on the team at the time.
A mockery, bro.
Everybody could see that. And we called him out for the bullshit. But everybody was like, oh, no, it's like y'all just overacting. Then, lo and behold, Derek Carr gets hurt. Who would have thought? Oh.
I was told the backup quarterback. I was told the backup quarterback position didn't matter last season. That's what I was told.
Derek Carr gets hurt? Not Derek Carr.
Not DC. Not DC. Not DC 4. Not him.
Iron Man DC? No. He gets hurt. Spencer Rattler comes in the next week. He has to play. Who did he play for? He played the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Tampa, Denver.
Denver on a Thursday. So he gets, and remember this, he's splitting reps with Jake Haener this whole time. This is what your head coach, Dennis Allen, did. Splitting reps the whole time. Has to play the Tampa Bay Bucks. 3 days later, the Denver Broncos, who were surging. And then had to come around and play the Los Angeles Chargers. And then Derek Carr comes back. Then he come back second half of the Washington game, almost winning. If Juwan Johnson catches the ball, we're not saying like, well, Spencer Rattler didn't win a game. He didn't win a game.
Oh, because what's funny? Say that? It's funny because I didn't realize that because he didn't start that game, he still wouldn't have been credited with the win. Jake Hayner would have gotten the win, bro. Could you imagine?
Wolf starter.
Yes.
All right. And he's playing behind the most injured offense in the league. By the numbers, the most injured offense. Injured at every level. Interior offensive line, tight end, running back, wide receiver, coach fired, which is a good thing, but he was fired. Like, just the most injured offense in the league, and they didn't win a game. And he comes back. Usually you would think a quarterback didn't win a game, boom, you get shipped out. Coaches saw just enough in him to bring him back. He came into this offseason hyper-focused. He was in the headquarters 2 days before OTA started, getting ready, hyper-focused. And he came in and he did everything he needed to do, man. And, like, so I think that just deserves, like, a round of applause. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a good thing. Like, those are the stories you want to, like, work out. And it might only last a week or two. Like, he might get benched after week 3. Who knows?
Who knows?
But just for this moment, like, I think he deserves those flowers, man.
He does. Because he worked super hard for this opportunity. Like, extremely, extremely hard. Shout out to TC for the $4.99 super chat. He said, Kellen proved me wrong today, and I'm glad because I really thought he was going to let Mickey bitch him.
Sure did. That's what I was worried about. That was my biggest worry. I wouldn't even worry about the quarterback, like, specifically. I was like, man, just please don't be no punk.
As it started to linger.
Yeah, man.
I was like, the more this lingers, the more, like, I was like, man, the more this lingers, the more this, I was getting the sense that it was going to go. Not, again, this was not even a more, like, if they wanted to roll with Shuck, I was like, okay, we're going to roll with Shuck, and it is what it is. I was concerned about potentially rolling with Shuck just because everything I had heard in regards to where he was, like, as a development standpoint. When I say where he is a development standpoint, it's when I say that's like where the coaches feel like. It's not like me, Adam the fan, feels this is like the coaches of the Saints feel he is development. So it's like, if y'all put him out there week 1 and feel he is behind developmentally, like, what is Jonathan Gannon gonna do week 1 of this boy? So the fact that Kellen came out there and said that today, I was like, man, that showed me something. And it started back to that Broncos preseason game. Wolf, I said when he started going band to band with Sean, I said, okay, that's how one of this is going to carry over with the QB1 thing in terms of his decision making. And sure enough, it did. It really did.
I'm so happy to see just Kellen making a big boy decision like that.
I'm
just happy to see that. That's a big boy decision.
It is, man. It is.
And he gonna get criticized. Like, you know, they go out and lose to Arizona, he's gonna get criticized for it. And he knows that. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be nonsense criticism, but that's just part of the game, you know. And so I just appreciate him just like being that head coach. That's my head coach, Coach Teefs. That's my guy right there. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's funny is he said something during the presser, something like Spencer. He was like, you know, his aggression is his thing. Like, it's his superpower, is his aggression. Mm-hmm. But he liked the way that Spencer was been able to kind of dial it back and balance, like, the game management with that. And it just made me think about how we talked about Spencer Rattler's preseason, how it's been kind of boring. It was like, man, why he not just slinging that thing?
Letting it fly.
And that just makes me think, like, maybe he was intentionally, like, trying to show them, I could just manage the game. Yes, it's going to look boring to fans. We want to see 50-yard bombs. We want to see you sling that thing in the preseason. But for him and for Coach Kellen, he's looking at, can I trust this guy to manage the game? Like,
because go back to that Denver game. And I want to be clear on 2 things. He needs to hit that pass. He needs to hit that pass to Shaheed. Like, you can't miss that. And then on that third down pass to Cooks that Surtain batted away, there was a pass that was open to Juwan that he missed. And like you brought up a good point, that one thing that comes up in film for him is that he misses passes that seem to come up maybe because of his height. Like, it's just a thing that comes out. But those 2, and again, I just don't want this to get like, oh, they're making it, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm making excuses, but I just want to try to make a piggyback to your point that those 2 drives, the starting Saints offense moved the ball and scored 2 field goals. I'm not trying to say that that's the standard, right? But they scored 2 field goals against the starting Denver Broncos defense. And even if you go back and you look to Kellen after the miss to Shaheed, and then it was like third and 20 or something, and then they got a lot of it back, and it was 4th and 4, and we thought they were maybe going to go for it, and then they didn't go for it, and then it got to field goal. Kellen was like, you go back and look, Kellen was super encouraged as the offense was coming off the field, like extremely encouraged. So I think there is something to that, because maybe he feels a little, I'm not saying that he, like, it's how can you manage the game? And the biggest sense you go back to that the presser today, another key word he kept saying, especially about Shuck, is just about development. Yes. It's about development. It was a key word that came up. And what does Kevin O'Connell say about young quarterbacks? And I say this tongue in cheek because obviously I know that Tyler Shuck is 26 because he's a little older, but still, in terms of like NFL experience, he's still very young. Is that young quarterbacks don't fail. Teams fail young quarterbacks. So I guess goes back to what I said, is that putting Tyler Shuck out there week 1 when he was not ready, and the coaches knew and felt that he wasn't ready, for them to own that and to be able to say, like, listen, he ain't ready and we're okay with that, and we know that Rattler is, that is huge. And I see like this notion on Twitter. It's a weird thing. Like, oh, like Spencer Rattler doesn't look any different than he looked last year. And so Shuck and him looked the same during the preseason. And so like, I don't, the preseason is I'm just telling y'all, the preseason is like, it's giving y'all a little bit of a mirage. That's all I'll say.
I just disagree. Like, I fundamentally disagree with that statement. And I'm not like, as one of the proprietors of the agenda hashtag, I'm not pushing an agenda. You know what I'm saying? Like, Spencer Rattler has gotten like measurably better. Like, his snap to throw time has improved. Like, he used to hold on to the ball. You go watch him last year. He held on to the ball too much. He stared down receivers too much. He did a lot of little things that were like rookie quarterback things. You know what I'm saying? And he's improved on that, man. So like, I've seen that. I've seen that from people that I thought like were pretty smart. Say like, oh, he's just the same quarterback. I'm like, to me, like, that reveals your bias right there, saying that statement. That means you're not really looking with clear eyes, in my opinion, because it is measurably, you could just see the difference. And again, that's not saying like he's going to be like a really good quarterback. I really have no idea. I'm not expecting greatness, honestly, out of any of these 2 dudes, bro. Like, really not.
I don't think the Saints are either, bro.
I don't think the Saints is neither. But that's what we got right now. And I also like that fact, too, that we got 2 quarterbacks on the roster, Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shuck. Maybe they bring in Jake Hayne on the practice squad, or maybe they sign like some vet. We'll see.
Yeah, but Mike Garafolo was hinting at the connection with
Easton Stick. Yeah, maybe they bring in Easton Stick. Easton Stick not challenging anybody. We're not worried about nobody. That. So it's like, I like just that we just rolling with the youth, bro, and let the chips fall where they may. Don't just let them fall, man. You may strike gold. Who knows? You may hit the lotto ticket that we don't even know we have. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, we're actually going to be able to see Rattler with a semi-healthy team, and I mean, no disrespect to Clint Kubiak, but like a functional game plan,
right,
executed against Arizona.
That's it, bro. And honestly, like, now I will admit my bias. My bias is I did want to see that. I wanted to see Rattler with a full week or 2 weeks of game planning, and him not looking over his back. He is the starter with a pretty healthy team with his Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed and Alvin Kamara and just the whole stable. And I just wanted to see how it looks, And if it looks bad, okay. That's a data point I can accept and file in the filing cabinet. But I just want to see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of just having to go back. I'm tired of looking back to last year, these excuses, or looking at the preseason, and that's what the first team, he was going against the second team, blah, 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 blah. I just want to see him in a regular season game with a normal game plan and compare him to the other 31 quarterbacks and see how that works out.
That's it.
That's all I want.
That's it. All right. Anything else regarding the quarterback?
We done went 25 minutes, bro, on the quarterback.
25. So let's hit a break. Let's hear from our sponsor, Underdog, and we will be back after this.
Football is back, and there's no better place to get in on the action than Underdog. It's the easiest way to make picks and win money all season long. Here's how it works. You make your picks. If you're right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash, and you can play as little as for $1. This week, I'm looking at the Bucs versus Falcons matchup. I've got Mike Evans for higher than 1 touchdown and Kyle Pitts for lower than 50 yards. That's my card. Now it's your turn. Just download the Underdog app, sign up with promo code BLOCKPARTY, and you'll get $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code BLOCKPARTY. Millions of fans have already won billions on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog, make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 HOPEline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
We are back. So let's talk about the rest of the 53-man roster as it shook out. We have 132 concurrent viewers on right now.
What's up, y'all? I should have 132 likes on this video then, right? All you got to do is get it.
We might have to get Dante on this shit right now, bro. He like two... nigga
call in, Dante. Just call in, bro.
The one we were waiting for. Let me preface this by saying this. As I feel as Saints fans, yes, as a collective whole, we are ecstatic for the waiving of Isaiah Foskey. And on one hand, that's like, I feel like that's part of, like on a human level, I feel like that's mean, right? Like this man got cut. I mean, he got almost a fully guaranteed fucking contract. So actually, I don't really.
It's still like one of the worst days of his life. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a day that he's never gonna forget.
Sure, but
oh no. Anyways, I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck. Dog. Bye, nigga. Bye. I'm sick of that nigga, bro. Sick of him. Don't want him on my team. You are not a good football player. I hope you have like a great life and happy life and all that. But I don't want you on my football team, bro. Period. I'm sorry if that makes me insensitive or whatever, but children are dying in Gaza. Like children are starving right now. So I'm like, and I don't even talk about that on the podcast. So I'm supposed to find a piece of my heart for Foskey? Man, fuck that. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here with that shit, man. I'd have demonetized our pie, bro. I'm sorry.
What do I think is fast, bro?
Demonetized.
It's gone, bro. Wait almost 3 years for this moment. Okay, it was worth it. We just gotta get some super chats up. That's it.
Please, super chats. I had to demonetize this that quick.
That quick, bro. Oh, bro. But I wanted to get into the psychology of it. I don't know if you caught the NFL Daily episode, but it kind of reminded me of the where Greg has said, we don't like, oh no, let's not talk about the Middle East with the anyway. When he said that shit on the podcast, I almost crashed my car. But I was thinking about this earlier, and I might have to shoot Dante in, like, because this nigga like 2.5 cold waters deep.
Oh no,
he's
gonna be shirt off, sweating in it.
All right, I sent it to him. I don't give a fuck right this point. The idea of Foskey in former defensive ends that the Saints have drafted, I think it ties to the bigger picture of what they just represent. Because it's not even them as the player that, like, there are some annoying things about Foskey, but like long term, like, he hashtag was like a good dude, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that he represents the fact that the Saints and Jeff Ireland were going to draft Brian Branch makes the pick exponentially worse, right? And we've been something that we've been reporting literally since almost after the draft ended in 2023. And going back to Marcus Davenport, in totality, like, he was a okay to decent and at times a good player for the Saints, but the cost that he cost to pick 2 first-round picks, and then at the end of that, his work ethic was trash. And to me, like, it's all tied to a lot of Mickey Loomis incompetence and some of Jeff Ireland scouting mixed into one bag. And so this fervor that we start you can't have us on, because then it's going to create an echo. But it creates this fervor. Shout out to our listeners. We actually got our dude Dante on the pod right now. There has not been anyone who has wanted this day to happen more.
Y'all have no idea, man.
Hype
No
stick
fucking
about
idea.
This is about 3 cup waters in, bro. Got a tear coming out his eye. Look.
Dog, I'm 2.5 deep, bro.
Nigga,
like,
this is Dante. We got Kool-Aid on the pod right now, nigga. You got to step up against Cortland Sutton, nigga.
Dog, this is a celebration, dog. I done put my ice on. I got my grill in. What is we talking about? I put the kids to bed early. What is we talking about?
I was about to get
in my household.
Nigga, I was about to get that work in a couple of.
She has no idea, baby. No idea. Celebration, boy. Celebration.
Let me ask you, bro. What did Isaiah Foskey represent to you?
Poverty. Ineptitude. You want me to keep going? I mean, I got all night. That's a loaded question. You can't ask me that, dog. I mean, bruh, just 2 seasons, bruh. Like, we talking total tackles. Excuse me.
I was like, what? Nigga, what? Nigga, what?
I'm sorry, bruh. You know, I'm tripping.
I'm tripped out on 9 tackles. We got 9 tackles.
But bruh, look, bruh, like y'all said before I came on, bruh, like, you know, the dude, he a real cool dude. Like I really believe he's a good person. Like, I think he'll go on to, you know, do missionary work and feed the homeless, and he'll do some good things. But bruh, football ain't for you, bruh. Football ain't for you, my dude. Like it's just not. So I mean, look, it is what it is. I knew this day was gonna come. I've been waiting.
Wait,
I've been doing my homework. Like his mama name is Roslyn and his daddy name is Terry. I want
Shout
to
out.
extend. I want to shout out to y'all. Y'all raised a good young man, but he
Mm-hmm.
is not about that ball. He ain't about that pass. You know, and I'll keep it a buck with you. I think Foskey probably would have been a good tight end, bro. He could have probably been a good tight end. He actually wanted to be a tight end when he was at De La Salle High School.
interesting.
Yes, I did my homework. He was at De La Salle High School. He could have been a tight end
There's
playing
a
for them.
there's
But
a multiverse version of him out there just catching balls tight end.
You know, it's
he
funny
could
if
have,
he was in De La Salle in California. That makes a lot of sense because
yes,
his personality is very much that. That makes a lot
he
of
from
sense.
Cali, dog.
It makes a
He
lot
from
of sense.
Cali. So he could have easily been a decent tight end. But bruh, I just got tired of seeing the stonewalling.
Mm-hmm.
We could have had Brian Branch.
Mm.
Like you name it, bro. We could have had so many other people on this team, man, except for Foskey. But bro, it's a celebration. I'm not gonna harp on the bad times. I just want to look ahead, and I'm just gonna be thankful to not see that 55 on the field no more, cause he really made my blood pressure rise every time I saw him on my screen. That shit was high. That diastolic number at the bottom was hot in the motherfucker.
It
Every
got to the
time
point,
I
bro.
saw him.
Bro, it got to the point, like, every time I was watching the preseason, I catch myself just focusing in on 55. I'm like, wow, this nigga really ain't doing nothing.
Nothing.
Doing
Nothing.
nothing.
Nothing, bro. Just
Hey,
be
bro,
standing there.
he show up at the end of the play.
At the end of the play, bro.
The power be all like,
Pop
everybody be
out.
on the power. He'll just
And
be
he's
standing
standing
there
there
with his
like that.
hands on his hip.
And then he do a little clap. Let's go.
Not
All
not the
right, guys.
Stefan Anthony at near the
Yeah,
pound, nigga.
yeah. Always near the power, never in it.
Stick in there,
Isaiah
bro.
Foskey.
And then there was a play last week where he actually did like try to get up in there, and he shot right past the running back.
That zone read, or was that read option against the Broncos had me weak, bro.
No, they try to put that man on special teams. He couldn't even do nothing on special teams. He diving, missing tackles on special teams.
Oh,
I'm glad we free, dog. I'm glad we free. Is
hey,
this how the
bro.
slaves felt when they got free? I mean, I'm confused. Like, cause I'm really happy, bro. I really need to know.
I don't know,
Is this how it felt?
Luke in the chat right now. Maybe we could ask this dude right there.
Let me know, Luke. I know your great 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 grandfather had some slaves. Let me know how it felt. Tell me how it felt, dog. Cause I'm feeling liberated like a motherfucker right now.
Appreciate you joining us, Dante. We had to get you on to celebrate the celebration, brother.
Hey man, look, I appreciate y'all having me on, bro. I love y'all. Y'all know what it is. It's all love over here, man. Look, I'm just glad this day here. We could look forward to the future, bro. And on some real shit, bro. Like, keep doing what y'all doing. Fuck them haters, you heard me?
Yeah, man.
Hey, love, brother. Much love.
All right, man.
Peace. We had to get Dante on. Just had to get him on real quick. AKA,
If y'all like, well, y'all just watching, like, what is going on? Who is Dante? Patreon.com/Saints Block Party. Become a part of the Saints Block Party community, the Discord. You understand all the inside jokes, all of it. You'll be able to just be a part of it. So just Patreon.com/Saints Block Party. $1 a month starting at. Join
simple
us.
as that. Dante was was with us at the Senior Bowl this past year. He was at the Big 12 Pro Day. Integral part to our community and what we do. It's much love. It was just like the point I was just making is that these three players, Foskey, Davenport, Turner, they have just become like these symbols, right?
Exactly.
Of just Saints ineptitude.
Exactly.
Saints front office ineptitude. And yeah, like the stuff on the football field drives us insane. But Davenport's like, okay, we dropped, two firsts, and they passed on Lamar Jackson. Like it just creates like this echo chamber. And I'm glad that Kellen Moore was able to, him and the staff, and I think Brandon Staley really was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Like, what you want me to do with this? And just get rid of it. Just get rid of it and start anew.
They damn near played him like 100% of the snaps in the preseason. Gave him every opportunity. So you can't pull a Zach Bond thing. Oh, he didn't get a chance. Nah, he got plenty of chances. Plenty of chances. He ain't showed nothing. So good luck to you, brother.
Any surprises? Oh, Saints. I talked about the trade. We can talk about more than that in depth if we want to. But any surprises from the 53-man roster as it currently stands?
Let me just pull up the list of cuts.
I will be fascinated to see what they do regarding their tight end room.
Yeah.
Right now, the current tight ends are Juwan Johnson, Jack Stoll, and Moscato. That's it.
That's our tight end room. Our tight end room is trash.
Both Taysom Hill and Foster Moreau start the season on PUP. The biggest cut that I didn't agree with was Fidel Diggs getting cut.
Yep. 7th round pick. You take a flyer on an edge rusher in the 7th round, showed legitimate flashes. I know they're hoping that they could potentially, just pick him up and add him to the practice squad, and hopefully that goes that way. It's just risky. To me, it's risky. Like I wouldn't have risked waiving him to keep Moscato on the team, to keep Cedric Wilson on the team, to keep Nathan Shepard on the team, just by simply what he showed in preseason and what he showed in training camp in terms of the reports when the light was coming on for him. So you just hope that he doesn't get claimed by another team. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's the one I didn't like the most. And look, maybe we as fans, every fan base goes through this where we kind of overrate our players in the preseason and stuff like that. But like you said, it's just I just didn't like the risk of it. You know what I'm saying? Howie from Philly come scoop in and say, "Ooh, I take that." Like I don't need that. I don't need that. You rarely hit on players to begin with. Then you find like a little maybe potential golden nugget in the 7th round. I wouldn't even risk that shit, bro. Like
at all, bro.
At all.
So I didn't he showed more in the preseason, and it sounds like overall more in training camp than like Moscato did. So like I didn't understand the reasoning of that. But I would just say overall this whole day I felt more like the wins may not show it for the team, but overall I felt more optimistic, like in terms of everything of how it got played out.
Yeah. And I mean, it weren't really major surprises. Jake Hayner, that was surprised that just they pulled the trigger. Jake Hayner, bro, like here's the thing. I used to root for him. Then he had like that presser after the
done.
Game, and he was just
done.
I just didn't like his attitude. I saw someone report, and I don't know if it was an official report or not, but basically they didn't like his leadership in the room or something like that. I don't know, but it made sense to me.
Oh,
and
completely
also
would not be surprised at all.
And also, like, he wasn't good in games. Like I've never seen one game or just a couple of series where I'm like, man, Jake Hayner looked pretty good.
Yeah,
and like that's your whole purpose, bro. Like your whole point is like to be able to come in off the bench and hold the team down. So I'm fine with that. Kind of surprised that Marco Jackson got let go, but it's not like a big deal. I just, I thought he had like a pretty decent offseason.
Someone in the chat said, "How about?" And this make kind of sense. How about Isaiah Stallbird making the team? Great for him.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, so like that kind of like Wade. He made the team, and they felt like probably like Jackson was expendable. I think we saw enough from Jalen Ford that also made Jackson expendable.
And Brandon Staley talked a lot about Jalen Ford today. He talked about real well. So I think Brandon Staley likes Ford.
I loved Ford as a prospect in doing the prospect matching exercise last year. I liked him a lot as a player. Then the Saints drafted him, and then he got injured. Again, he was one of those players, much like Christian Boyd, where before even he broke his leg last year, I was like, man, like why? I think Pete Warner had gotten hurt, and I was like, wow, like why can we see Jalen Ford? Like it didn't make no sense why he wasn't out there in the field. Then he broke his leg, and then obviously, so I think him having a stronger training camp to close training camp, and then that super athletic interception against the Jags really did a lot of favors for him to kind of help cement.
Hell yeah. I was surprised the tight end Welch let go because he made some big catches. Again, maybe he goes to the practice squad. We'll see. Who else? Nephi Sewell, been around for a while with the Saints. Yes. Another guy that could make it to the practice squad. I don't think you got to worry about anybody snatching him up. But who knows? Then you had, some injuries. Landon Young, he's going to be out for the season.
Bro.
Which we figured. I mean, that injury was nasty. John Ridgeway, he's going to IR, but with the designation to the return. So that's kind of interesting. We'll see how that plays out.
We didn't bring it up a lot, but we just had every probably indication that Velus Jones was going to make the team, and as of right now, he has. He got juice, bro. And
they need it. And running back. Speaking of running back, doesn't really feel like that's settled yet. Like that group.
Anyone. I don't think we got like any super big surprising cuts around the league this year. Probably the biggest one was Cole Strange that got cut from the Patriots, former first round pick a couple of years ago. He got waived, not cut, sorry, from the Patriots. Anyone who got cut or waived that you potentially would have your eye on?
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Greg Dulcich, baby. Greg Dulcich cut by the Giants. The first Senior Bowl me and you went to, we interviewed him. The audio is still up on the Patreon. Just, like a move tight end, athletic, injured a lot with the Broncos. Saw him make some plays this preseason with the Giants, but they didn't keep him. I would put in a waiver claim for him ASAP,
bro. ASAP.
Who I'll let go? I don't know.
I would get rid of
Moscato
for sure with the quickness. I would claim 3 players for me. It would be Dulcich. Is Dulcich subject to waivers? I don't know if he is or not. But if so, it would be Dulcich. It would be Estime, who the Broncos waived, and
banging the table for that one.
And Cole.
Banging the table for Estime, bro.
I would be too. Because I feel like I would claim him or put a waiver claim in for him. And if they were awarded him, would cut Neal and then you would hopefully Neal would just be on your practice squad. Because I feel like that running back room would then be AK, Miller, Estime, Velus Jones, and then Neal on your practice squad. That running back room feels a little more complete.
Right. It's young, a little bit of juice. Like that's a running back room. Okay, I could make it through a season with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can get through a season with that. We got AK up front and the rest. Like that would make me feel better.
It's funny because both like Dulcich has had injury concerns in the past, and so has Cole Strange, and I'm like, cool, there'll be perfect Saints.
I mean, that's what you're getting around this time. You get,
yes,
you are on a clearance rack, you scrummaging, bro. Like,
and just for people
who
are still listening at this kind of point, like the way that the waiver, like if you are waived, it means that essentially like you're still usually like on your rookie contract, or it depends on like how long you've been in the league. And if you're subject to waivers, it is done by the order of the last NFL draft. So I believe it's like by 11 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow, teams will get to put their waiver claims in for players who have been waived. And then if the Titans get the first crack at it, essentially, because they were the team that had the number 1 overall pick, and then so on and so forth. So the Saints have the 9th place in terms of the priority of waivers. That's how that works. So there you go. So we're gonna see. So like I was thinking for like Estime as an example, right? If the Saints put a waiver claim in for Estime, but the Titans put a waiver claim in for him because like Tyjae Spears is hurt and they want running back depth, he'd be awarded to the Titans instead of the Saints because of where they are. Jordan Grove, our dude, said, give me Trey Palmer. I remember Trey Palmer flashing a lot for the Bucks. I would take Trey Palmer right now over Cedric Wilson. I don't know how good Trey Palmer still is.
They love Cedric Wilson, bro. I don't.
Which is weird because
I don't know.
Because he was 100% going to get cut if he didn't take that pay cut earlier this offseason. And now he made the 53. It's weird. It's weird. Eddie asks, is that for every player on the waiver wire or one claim for each player, or they can put in a bulk claim? It's for every player on the waiver wire. Every player.
Man, you can put in as many claims as you want, but remember when you claim somebody, they come on your roster. So you got to release somebody off your roster to put them on there if you don't have enough spots.
Like a corresponding move.
Yeah.
Louisiana said Kellen's more a guy back in Dallas. We probably didn't want to cut him just yet. No, that's not true. Cedric Wilson, if he didn't take a pay cut earlier this offseason, which I think happened back in like March, was literally going to get cut. Like, legitimately was going to get cut. So, anyway. Like, if they were to claim a wide receiver tomorrow, I'm pretty sure Cedric Wilson would be the guy on his way out.
Okay.
That's what Luke said. I forget Brandon Cooks is even on the team. And a cool $8 million, bro.
Cool $8 guaranteed, bro. That's the only thing we got to live with, this Mickey Loomis kind of hovering over. But the one positive thing, and we talked about it earlier with, Kellen Moore making his decision. I hope Kellen Moore is able to just build enough cachet within the organization with Gail, where he could just start just pushing Loomis like Sean Payton did.
Right.
Sean Payton came in that first year and he went to the NFC Championship and all that, built up a lot of cachet. I ain't saying Kelly gonna do that.
Right.
But I'm just some kind of way. I don't know whether it's winning games or whether it's how he manages games, stuff like that. Just build up enough cachet to where he builds up enough trust to where he could kind of just tell Loomis to fuck off like that.
Nice.
Sit down, old man. we got this.
Be nice. Trying to think, is there anything else we missed on the day? Before we wrap up, I want to make sure we take a listen from our sponsor at Precious Works, and let me just, as we figure out just anything else we want to hit on before we finish for tonight's episode.
I'll think about it.
Yeah. Yo, what up, Wolf? What are you looking at?
Man, I'm checking out this website. This site is cheeks, bro.
In 2025? How do you have a crappy website? Couldn't be me.
They need to hit up our guy Bijan with Precious Works. Precious Works offers to not only build you a website that's tailored to you and your customers' needs, but also to continue to manage and maintain it so you can focus on your business. Don't have much time? Precious Works is just what you need. No out-of-the-box stuff like Squarespace or Wix. Precious Works will create a site for you. You won't have to worry about plug-in updates, security, or things like that because Precious Works will maintain all of that. and be available to you 24/7. Bijan set up Saints Block Party Podcast website for us a few years ago and hit it out the park. He also keeps it up to date and helps us anytime we want to add something new like a form or prospect matching tool that we did for the NFL draft. It's like having your own personal developer just a text or a call away. Precious Works has worked with everyone from small businesses to large firms, so no job is too big or too small. If you're in the need of a website or you currently have one, but you want to upgrade it, give Bijan a holler at Precious Works. You can get with him at Bijan at Precious Works, BIJON at precious.works, or go to precious.works for his website. Make sure to tell him Saints Block Party sent you.
We are back and just about to wrap up this episode for the evening. We have 126 concurrent viewers on right now, 434 views on for this episode. We appreciate y'all being tuned in. Please make sure you hit that like and subscribe. I think we're close to 2,300 subscribers on YouTube. Give or take. But anything else, and just so people who are listening knows, because of everything we just talked about, we will be back tomorrow and recording another episode because we do anticipate the Saints to be making some waiver claims, and so we'll be back tomorrow. We'll probably do a much shorter episode, but we'll be back tomorrow. We'll talk about the waiver claims and things like that. Jake Hunter said, but Kendre Miller is still healthy, knock on wood.
Yes.
Shout out to Kendre.
Proud of him, man. Proud of him.
Legitimately.
Seriously, I'm really proud of him.
Legitimately.
And shout out to not a simp. Simpkins, man. Making the
20. The
good
53.
story. That's a
really
good story right there, man.
Good find. Good find by the scouting department.
Mm-hmm.
And he came
in. One of them in a while, bro. Shit.
I think Shaheed. Shaheed probably the last one, but like offensive line, while it's been a minute. Q asks, how do I sign up for Patreon? It is patreon.com/Saints Block Party.
That's it, bro. The link will be in the notes at the bottom of the page, at the bottom of the YouTube.
Let me. Yeah, just put it in the chat. I think that's pretty much it. I'll just wrap this up by saying, like, I don't expect this team to have a lot of wins. With Rattler at quarterback, if at some point they make the change to Shuck at quarterback, but I am overall, as a Saints fan, I think there should be a sense of optimism for what happened.
It's a long road. But I think it's going in the right direction, man. Like under DA, where we were, it was you were like stuck in a stale like purgatory. Like you don't want to be there. This right here is going to be rough, but you're going in the right direction. So, let's just enjoy it. Enjoy it and try to find the wins where we can.
Simple as that, man. We'll be back tomorrow for a much shorter episode, but to talk about any waiver claims and how the 53-man roster has changed and come together some more. We appreciate y'all tuning in for a big episode of ours. We'll be back tomorrow talking more Saints, more roster changes. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Enjoy today. Enjoy the celebration as the regular season is right upon us. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. With that, we are out.
Peace.
Lowe's has the Labor Day deals you need to give your home a new look. Buy one, get one free select interior paint via Visa gift card rebate. Then, add the final touch with 2 for $8 on select 2.5 or 3-quart mums. Refresh your home and save big while doing it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 9/3. Mums offer in-store only. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details.